Hey there, Hofstra fans, and welcome to the WB Mason Coaches Report right here on GoHofstra.com. I'm Mark Weiner with John Russo, the head coach of the Hofstra Pride baseball program. Coach, how's it going today?
Good, Mark. Thanks for having me.
All right, well, we'll go through this UNCW series. Obviously, one of the better teams in the CAA, but you kept it close. Go game by game, 8-7 loss on Friday, a 2-run home run in the eighth. It seems like it would be a normal story throughout this series, a late home run or a late hit. But tell me about that first game.
No, Wilmington, I think, came out like 22nd in the country, so it's probably as a good opponent as there is in the CAA, and they've been playing real well. I think they've won 9 straight, and I think if you had the MO on them all year, they keep figuring out ways to win games, and so we knew coming into the weekend we'd have a really tough series. But the one thing is in the past we've played Wilmington really tough, and we showed that right away at game 1. Wilmington threw really 2 good pitchers. I thought they were really well, and I thought we swung the bats well. I thought Bowie battled them pretty tough, most of the game, and then Mulligan came in and pitched really well, and then we gave up the late 2-run homer to Casey Golden, I believe, their 3-hole hitter, that made it 8-6, and then we scored a run to make it 8-7, and had a guy on third 1 inning, had guys on in the 9th inning, and just weren't able to push or ever, get the lead or get up on it.
On Saturday, a very similar game, 8-6. You guys end up losing a 3-run home run in the 7th inning, but you kept it close the whole way.
Yeah, not only did we keep it close, I think over the course of, the time, we stayed toe-to-toe with one of the best teams in the country, and, there's no moral victories, or I don't talk about stuff like that, but I just talk about us playing better baseball, and I could argue this weekend we played some of our best baseball, arguably at the wrong time against, one of the best teams in the country. And, we scrapped together runs and battled. And, I thought Alec Eisenberg pitched great, arguably his, one of his best outings going in. He had 6 innings, I think 2 runs at the time. He had 72 pitches. He was doing really well. But, to battle Wilmington for, 6 innings does take a lot out of you. And, I maybe tired just a little bit there in the 7th, and then went to a reliever and, just happened to hit a 3-run homer right when we got him in there, and just worked out poorly. But, I didn't mind the decisions or anything, the matchups. I think those are spots our young kids need to get into, and, the Adam Heidenfelders, the Chris Weisses, the Matt Annunziatas, the Stephen Fosters, and, to be in those type of situations at the end of the day are invaluable for us, and I think they'll keep getting better and better with them every time they're in those situations.
In that final game of the series, it was tied at 3 for a good majority of the game, but then a 2-run double in the top of the 9th inning ends up losing the game. So a very similar situation for your team all weekend long.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to tip your cap, and Wilmington figured out a way to win the game, and not that we didn't or didn't do anything, they just played better at the end of the day, and I think it was pretty simple as that. And I thought we played really well, and but at the end of the day, Wilmington just pitched better, a little bit better, and hit a little bit better, and fielded a little bit better, and so then you lose 3 and it looks bad. But I'm not upset or disappointed at any of our play, or I'm actually pretty happy to see how much we're getting better and continue to keep growing.
You mentioned a little bit before, but only 5-run differential between you guys in the entire series, so it's got to be something to look for as a positive that you kept it close against one of the better teams in this conference.
It is, and we still have 9 conference games left, and I think the CAA has proven anything can happen in the last few weekends. And the thing, like I said, I think last time at this meeting I was hopeful for is that we kept playing well, and we did. We had the midweek win against Manhattan and New York Tech last week, and I thought we played better. And then so we continued off of that, and then we went into the Wilmington series and we kept playing better. We're playing better, and that's as a coach, I think that's all you can really ask for is your team to keep playing better, to keep giving effort. And I think if you have those 2 qualities right now, which we do, we still have time to make a run here.
Now, one thing, is it frustrating for you guys that you keep going in with close games and then end up losing at the end? Is it kind of a quality of a young team at this point?
Yeah, I think young team, still not having, I think, exact roles out of the bullpen, not knowing exactly where to go to from basically probably the 6th inning on, and still be a little bit of a guessing game. And, I'm super proud of Brendan Mulligan this weekend. I thought he threw really well. He threw almost 3 innings on Friday, and then came back and threw another 3 innings on Sunday, and I thought he was really, really good. And if he can continue to do like that, then he could almost develop the whole bullpen, and then you can work off of him, backwards. And Brendan had talked to me last week, and that was something he was wanting to do, is extend his outings. And first weekend out of the chute, we do it. He does it against the 25th ranked team in the country twice on the weekend. So if Brendan can keep going like that, and we can work people off, I think we can start to figure out a way to win games late.
Up next, a couple of midweek games, then the Northeastern Huskies, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday up in Boston. So what do you see out of the Huskies?
Man, they're doing really well. They're a well-coached team. I think they just had the pitcher of the week, a kid named Nick Berger, that has been a Friday night starter for the last 3 years for them. He's a great conference pitcher. He's actually a Long Island guy from Suffolk, and always seems to want to pitch well against us. And you get off to a tough start with him on Friday night, and then they got two more guys. Dustin Hunt, who was as good a freshman as there was in the conference last year, on Saturday, and then Lippert, the left-hander, on Sunday, who's in the top 10 for ERA for conference. So, on the mound, they're going to be really, really tough. Offensively, they have a nice lineup. Basically 1 through 9, they're going to really battle you and really fight. And you're going to be at their place where, teams haven't done a lot of winning so far this year. I think Delaware went up there and got swept. They won another series at home, 2 out of 3, so they're tough to beat at home. But I'm not going to try to focus too much in on them and try to continue on what we're doing. And if we keep playing better and keep playing well, we're a tough team to beat. We proved that some this weekend and can keep proving that. And like I said, 3 weekends still left. I just want to continue to see us keep playing better.
The head coach of the Hofstra Pride baseball program, John Russo, thanks so much for the time. Good luck this weekend.
Thanks, Mark.
I'm Mark Weiner. This has been the WB Mason Coaches Report right here on GoHofstra.com.